I think I'm live, you know that. It's quite something. Yeah. How's everyone doing today? You well? Is everyone well? I'm just going to refresh this and do that. How are you all? Oh, so. What's been happening? Can everyone hear me? Is the sound on? Is this working? I have tea. Oh, wait a minute. I can do... If I do this and then do it to this, I can go big face. Hello, big face. I've got a nice Belgrade mug of tea. Ah, that's nice. And we have a map. We have a map. In fact, let's go to... So that's the map with geography. There's the map without geography. And here's the map just based on services, because I'm a nerd and I find it therapeutic to create maps. So here you can see what we created our line up to Frome. There we are. Very nice. You can see some of it kind of shows you what the busy bits of railway are as well. So Southport's pretty busy. Bury's fairly busy. Bradshaw Metropolitan's pretty busy. Yeah, it's kind of showing what's going on. Last time, what did we do? We built... Let's whiz up to 1861. So we built the line up to Frome. So there's a bit of a service now running up to Lowestoft. There's... what else did we do? That's pretty much it, actually. We just concentrated on getting that done and had a general look at what was happening. Let's... well, first of all, let's just check what's going on. Sound's on. Everyone can hear me. Good. Is it nicely balanced? Good. Sounding good. Right, everyone. Lewis, can you hear me now? Hi, Ella. Hello, everyone. Let's shall we make the magic happen? Let's do just that. If I whiz over to, so that's anyway. You can see that. I need to make sure I've got that map up so I can see what's happening. Good. So I've got that map up in full screen because I need it for when I'm doing stuff. I'm going to then press this button here. And we're gonna get cracking. First of all, what are these? Oh, I need to wait a minute. I need to do that and then do this and then do that and then do that. That way I can see the chat. These two here, these two shifty-looking characters. What are they up to? Here he is. What's his name? Sir Edwin Crawl. They're both waiting for a train here. They've had a little chat. We're going to come back to Sir Edwin Crawl. Oh, there's a train going off in the distance there. Very nice. So let's not worry too much about what's going on behind them there. That's just the game deciding to make a mess. Anyway, these two, father and son, are they're going to be the protagonists or maybe antagonists of this particular episode. But first, I thought we'd go and have a look. What was this? February the 2nd, 1861. Let's go and... Well, I've actually planned a little tour of what we've got going on here. So first, this is Lowestoft. We're going to come back to Lowestoft, but first we're going to head down to Bradshaw and Shildon. Actually, can everyone hear me nice and clearly? Good. Sound balance is okay. Balance is good. Time to work on unspeakable things while watching me. Yes. So here's Bradshaw Metropolitan Station and. So we've got a variety of railway companies that you saw going on, and I thought I'd do a quick tour guide, a tour of the various railways and what they're up to. Actually, while we do that, shall we switch? No, I don't know. I want to do this. Let's switch the HUD off, so we've got a bit of a nice view. So this is Bradshaw, as you can see, and we've got the Metropolitan Railway, which is doing all right. Actually, it's fine. But the main thing people are complaining about, actually, we do need the HUD. The main thing people are complaining about is the air quality. The air quality is not great. So you see that it's a pretty busy city. Likewise, Shildon is fairly busy as well. So there's a lot of muck in the air. So they're not happy, despite the fact they've got a pretty good railway system. Also, some of the business people in Bradshaw are not happy that actually it's not the most connected city. So if I go to the cities thing here, you can see that actually. Bradshaw is kind of fairly far down the list. You know, Kingston's actually the most connected place now, so that's worth noting. Yeah, so Bradshaw, that's the Metropolitan Railway. It's kind of doing fine. And it's pretty well self-contained actually as a system. There's a little bit of interaction with the freight lines where they do kind of combine the two systems. You know, there's a bit of mixed freight and passenger running. So they've got their eye on trying to perhaps segregate some of that. But for the most part, the system runs pretty well. All the trains do pretty much the same thing. It's a Metropolitan Railway system, or rather, you know, at some point they might coin the term Metro. Who knows? I did start on time. That's right, Jen on the move. So that's the Metropolitan Railway. The next line we're going to go and have a look at is well, actually, it's the other Bradshaw station, which is Bradshaw Victoria Road. Since it's pretty heavily engineered, this railway station, and the line that runs into it are the it's the Kingston and Bradshaw Railway. And this railway, having been running not a huge amount of time, they've built their railway infrastructure. Well, this line, kind of the connection to Bodmin is fine, but they basically expanded very quickly and spent a lot of their petty cash on a fairly expensive kind of extension to get into Kingston, and then connections onto existing freight lines. And they've kind of not quite bankrupt themselves, but they're not doing very well, let's say. So they're basically making all their money by selling running rights to another railway company, which is this railway company, the Great Central Railway. And as you can see, if I click on the lines map here, you can see that they, despite the fact this infrastructure was built and is owned by the K&BR, the Great Central is starting to make quite a lot of use of it. So there's a service running into Kingston and through to Bradshaw directly now. It used to be that it was just you have to change onto the change from the Great Central onto the K&BR. Now you can just get a direct service from Bury down to Bradshaw Victoria. Also, there's also another service that runs, which is the Three Cities Express, which, for the sake of argument, I'm going to highlight it yellow just so everyone can see it for now. So it runs into Kingston and then weaves along on these kind of back lines. So it weaves along, and finds its way out onto into Paynton, and crunches its way. Okay, it's not ideal. A bit of conflicting moves there. Basically, it allows a connection from Bradshaw, the first connection from Bradshaw to Shanklin, which is there's a first. So there's a train service running into Shanklin on the Great Central. So this station starts getting a bit more heavily used now, which is good. How many people are traveling there? Not that many. You'll note there's still no connection between the Great Western and the Great Central down here at Shanklin. So Shanklin station's pretty busy. Yeah, quite a lot of people heading down to Flitwick. Lovely. So next up, so that's the GCR. It's expanding its running rights, and it's kind of, so if we head back over here, the Great Central is kind of looking to take over. It's trying to buy up, and it wants a merger with the K&BR to expand its reach and stop paying running right costs, and maybe also give them a chance to expand some of the infrastructure to improve their connection. But the K&BR are kind of pushing back. The board don't want to accept the price, and it's all getting a bit messy, really. In any way, that means that everything's sort of in stasis a bit. What's next? Oh yeah, that's right. We're back at the GWR, so we're back in Shanklin again. We just spent a lot of time in the GWR building the extension up to Frome, didn't we? So I'm going to whiz over. Let's go up to Frome. Very nice, quite a nicely engineered bit of railway up here. Trouble is they spent all their cash, so they're pretty cash strapped, which means a couple of things. The first is that they were hoping to extend the railway from Stratford here, which is where they've got a bit of a terminus. They were hoping to extend it out towards in this direction and essentially create another connection up to Bury. They were hoping to build a connection so they could essentially challenge the monopoly of the Great Central in terms of getting from one side of the island to the other. But that was not to be. It's not gone well. In any case, Roaming Adcrat, I'm talking you up as a model for online policy discussion training for the SNP. Oh, crikey. That sounds exciting and also hugely intimidating. You have to hit me up on the Discord. So what was that? That was the GWR. So they've basically spent all their cash, and that also kiboshes any chances they've been kind of discussing extending down to Droitwich Spa along this line, but no such luck. So what else is going on? Well, if we head back to we're in Blackpool actually. Let's go up to Raleigh. So we've got got Rallytown Station here, which is kind of the end of the Lowestoft and Raleigh Railway, which is doing all right actually. It's being eyed up by a local industrialist. And who is this local industrialist? Well, we'll never find him again because goodness knows where he is now. Is he still sat there? Oh, he is. Yeah, there he is. Sir Edwin Kroll. Still stood there waiting for his train. Pretty peeved. His father there, clearly moaning away about something. In any case, they've just been tipped off. Oh, who else is this? Some other rich guy. Jacob Williams. All the poshos turning up. Anyway, that guy owns the brickworks over here. And his plan... Oh, here we go. Let's go fix this problem. Where's it happening? We've got steel being made over here that somehow thinks it's blocked by... What's happening? Why is it? Oh. Oh dear. Right, let's see what's going on. Oh, no wonder. It should be... it's just running like that. That's dreadful. That's not what you want to do. Let's get a... This needs to be... Very much needs to be not bidirectional, so let's shove a signal in, which will fix the problem, I think. Let's pop a stopping signal. There we go. Let's pop that there, and pop. That's what we're going to do. Another one in the other direction. Yeah, here. That should fix it. Yeah, there we go. Problem solved. You can see a nice bit of former railway line. If you remember there, this used to be a bit weavier, and it's nicely straightened out. There's not much 4-track railway going on at the moment. You can see some short stretch of 4-track railway north of Shanklin there. I said this junction was going to get messy, didn't I? But actually, I don't think it's too bad. Not too many conflicting moves, actually. Just, yeah, just not too bad. Stratford-upon-Avon to Droitwich Spa does have the advantage of existing as a real line. That's true. People who have been hearing about this series of mine just through the town names are much confused, which is fair enough, I think. Anyway, where were we? We were up at Lowestoft because Lowestoft is expanding, and there's this local industrialist, our boy Sir Edwin Kroll, who is hopefully now on this train. Oh no, it's empty, so he's not. He's still stood at the platform waiting for his train. No wonder he's so annoyed. In any case, he owns the brickworks over here. Kroll Brickworks, which has just recently been expanding. He has also just expanded the harbour, so the harbour is much larger than it was last time. And he has just started construction of a new railway station. And he's basically invested in the local railway to expand Lowestoft railway station. So the station's getting bigger. He's expanding the sidings as well, so there's kind of you can see some of the out of use sidings here, the former sidings not used anymore. And actually the freight lines on the railway have also been kind of closed off, ready for the expansion of the station, so that station's going to get expanded. But first, a bit more about what's going on here. Yeah, so he's just founded the let's see, yeah, the Great Northern Company. So the Great Northern Company, which has now bought up a couple of the shipping lines to expand. It's started a new one, and generally is looking to expand what it does. He's been eyeing up the local railway, so the Lowestoft and Raleigh Railway. He's looking to gobble it up. In any case, so that's basically, so there we are. So what he wants to do, so part of what his plan is he wants to buy up the railway down here and create a new railway. He's spotted a gap in the market, which is that there is no decent north-south railway. As you, sort of, if any of you got the map up, you can check that out on the Discord. You can download the maps actually. But also, not only that, he wants to improve. So he wants to expand Lowestoft as well. So he wants to invest in the city or the town, which means supplying more stuff to Lowestoft. Not least, he wants to start supplying this factory, the goods factory. He wants to start shipping goods directly into Lowestoft, which means building a railway to feed coal to the steelworks, and then steel to the goods, and then also to feed oil, all the good stuff up here to build chemicals to then create more goods. So to do that, he needs to bring oil up here, kind of refined oil, and the nearest place to get that stuff is actually quite a long way away. It's down here, almost at Rugeley, the Rugeley Petrol and Diesel Limited refinery. So getting that stuff up here requires a new railway line. and then getting it into Lowestoft also requires a new railway line. But furthermore, the thing he's spotted is also that there's a surplus. The brickworks is actually running out of customers to supply up at this end of the country, and there is a shortage of brick down in the main city of the island, down here at Bradshaw. So the plan, so our boy Edwin Kroll's plan is to build a new fast railway that will not only provide a passenger connection between Bradshaw, Lowestoft, and some of the cities in between. We'll see what the alignment kind of intersects on the way, but also to ship bricks directly from Lowestoft down to Bradshaw to fulfil the need for bricks and help Bradshaw expand as well. So that's his vision. And what he wants to do is essentially build the Great Northern Railway. But we'll have to see how that goes, because unlike the Great Central, he hasn't quite got the funds to build all of it at once. So he's probably going to have to make the most of some of the existing railway network in the meantime, and then grow it after that. Oh, what else is going on? I've got a little list because there are so many things. The series is getting so busy with all the different stuff that's going on. I thought I'd actually make a list so I know what's going on. So the Great Northern Line is going to start, or the Great Northern Railway is going to start getting built. There's another so there's people in the Discord have been suggesting things. One of them is, if I go over to where are we? Leighton, Harpenden, Shanklin. I want to go up to Orpington. One of them is that the Orpington. Here we are. Is Orpington? That's just a modest little town, little bit of industry. It's a fairly sizable station here. You know, pretty hefty. I think it has very few. It's got some services in it. So Orpington are conscious that as they've got a little harbour here, and it serves the I think it's the Orpington Shipping Company. That's right. So they send ships out. They've got connections out to all the islands here, and they also have connections round to Frome and then to Lowestoft. Now they are looking at the fact that they're increasing rail competition, and they've figured actually what they need to do is build a railway connection to increase the speed. It's quite a long, slow passage getting from Frome to Orpington. They're considering running a railway service from Orpington up to Frome. Thanks to, I can't remember who it was in the Discord. I think it's 14. In any case, Space Peanuts is asking about mods. No, I'm doing this one mod free, just so that other people can do the same thing without necessarily having if they don't have computers that can run mods. That's my excuse, but I'm also a bit of a vanilla nut in that I do quite like vanilla games, playing them as vaguely as the game is intended. In any case, what was I waffling on about? Oh yeah, that's right, the railway connection between Orpington and Frome. Now they're not going to just build a huge amount of infrastructure. What they're going to do is build a little single track railway that connects up to, well, it could be Shepshed, but it also could be somewhere else. They haven't quite worked that out yet. But what they are going to do is just build a short connection, then run the service and use the Great Western to go northwards. So the Great Western's bust at this point, so they can't afford any infrastructure. Hence why this little company has seen an opportunity. So what we're going to do is, that's right, Space Peanut. It was a good suggestion. Your mod suggestion for the track radii and gradients looks very good actually, and I think I'll need to get on that for the next one. In any case, we're going to start building. So we need to build ourselves a little railway. First of all, I'll just remind myself what. Yeah, so we're going to go off on a straight here. Where am I going to whiz off to? Actually, no, we're going to do it here. We're going to come off here on the junction. And just. So it's going to be a modestly designed little railway. It's not going to be a huge thing. I think there we go. Let's see. Are there any signals? Oh, there aren't any signals. When's the next one? Oh yeah, it's there. Yeah, lovely. So just a little single line, and it's going to whiz off in this direction, just like this. Except that it's not going to whiz off quite in that direction. It's going to do. There we go. I'll do. Just need to. The railway company thing, I mean, it is just me making stuff up, let's face it. But it just adds a little bit of... it basically allows you to create a bit more interesting looking... a bit more of an interesting looking map. You get this conflict of different railway companies all kind of trying to do the same thing. you just end up with a more interesting bit of gameplay, really. So let's actually, I think I'm gonna, let's see, that's a straight bit doing that. No, that's alright actually. Very nice. How's our track alignment doing? That's not too bad vertically, very nice. Let's just go in here. Let's get the contours up actually, because this needs to be cheap, so it needs to follow the contours. So it can't go off gallivanting around up hills. Yeah, okay. Yeah, very nice. Yep, lovely. And that's not too bad, there we go. And a bit of a straight going this way. Where are we going to end up? We're kind of skirting around the coast here, aren't we? That's very nice. There we go. Let's just push around here. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Oh, I say that. No, we'll not. Look at what a mess I've made. Yeah. Let's do that, just to nibble off the end of that curve, so I can just realign my. There we go. The reason I do that little action there is so I can basically realign the bearing of the straight. I just take a little bit off the curve. There we go. Very nice. Lovely. Now, how's this doing? It's not too bad, is it? Nice little bit of railway. Let's see. Jonah Hoff. I'd love a series where you open other people's save games and fix their track alignments and geometry. I know you have some games with I have some games with atrocious track that you'd cringe at. Oh, that's totally a thing. Get on the Discord and start sending me your saves. I'm sure we could make that a thing. We'll have a special episode where we go through and play with some. That sounds like quite a lot of fun. So we need to now curve round the coast to get up here. Let's kibosh that and that. Do this. 60 miles an hour. Very nice. How's that? This is the disaster music from SimCity. I know, right? Very dramatic. How's that going to work? Oh, let's have a look. It is. It isn't. I kind of need that. Maybe I'll do this straight from this side, actually. Okay, yeah, so I need that to be. So a lot of people wondering why I fuss so much about my curves. It's because I'm an actual track engineer, and compound curves where you just I see a lot of people play it, they just kind of curve in and kind of join things up, but that's kind of not how railway alignments work. Railway alignments are a series of straight lines connected up by curves, and so you kind of got to design them a bit like that, in my eyes anyway, as someone who does it as my day job. Which is, like, some railways were built a bit more, I was reading up on this actually, some railways are, in yon olden days, were built a little bit more gung-ho. Let's see if this has worked. I think it has. Very nice. Very pleased with that. Now, are we going to need a passing loop in the middle of this railway? We might do, you know. We might do. Because it's a long bit of railway. Let's see, where's this going now? We're going to hit and intersect with this bit of railway. So are we going to bridge over it? Could do, or we can just do a flat junction, because this railway is cheap. I think the thing is, we're now in the 1860s. I've got a feeling they won't manage it. I've got a feeling they'll be going for a larger, shall we say, a larger. People are saying bridge. Some people are saying I've just made dollish. Yeah, very definitely. Oh, hello, fly. No, don't sit on my screen. You're distractingly eating my pixels. Right, so... Now, where does it need to go? We need to connect into... Now we have to think about what we're joining into, so... Annoyingly, we've got this curve, this sweeping curve as we come out of the station, which is no good. So I think we're going to have the junction is going to be... so first of all, we need to have a... let's have a 40 mile an hour turnout. Sorry, crossover, just connecting those two. And then we're going to have our... So we're going to have this as 40. Lovely. That's going to be where our connection is. And we need to get across. So that's now going to sweep over here. Yeah, lovely. That's what I want. Very nice. Now, is that kind of going in the direction I wanted to, or shall I continue this? Yeah, there we go. Yep, very pleasant. Oh, I need to re-signal. Oh, I always need to re-signal, don't we? So if I'd now kibosh that and kibosh that, I'm going to shove a signal in. The thing is, the challenge with this is that I kind of don't want to deprioritize the, I don't want stuff stopping for the other trains coming the other direction. We'll do it anyway though, it'll be fine. And then also, let's just shove one there as well. And continue with our tracks. So we don't need to worry so much about contours now because everything's sort of working. Oh, of course I got the bearing not quite right. If I do that, come on. Nope. I just want to delete the tiniest little bit of the, just a tiny amount. There we go. Now that should work. That'll get me my bearing, which gives me there. Very nice. Which should get me up over the top of here. Good. One. Oof, not that much though. I think that'll do it. Is that enough? Yeah, I think so. There we go, lovely job. Marvellous. I'm just going to demolish that now. Oh, not enough. It's too short. Okay, they're just going to... Well, we're going to... It's got a little access road. That's fine. And then now we just need to bring that back down again. Lovely. There we go. Grand. And the last thing we need to do is just connect up. Oh, get the old fingers out. What was that? 59, 60, 62. 62 will do. It's close enough to a nice round number. There, that's a railway. Didn't take long, did it? So, let's see. Now the railway, have we got, yeah, okay, that's fine. So we're now going to build or rather plug in the service. New line. Passenger line, connecting Orpington to, where's it going? It's whizzing along here. Into Shepshed, and then Raleigh, and then Frome. Just like that. Very nice. And there, and then ending up back in Orpington again. Hopefully this is now working. Let's just check that this is platforming correctly. Yes, it is. And do we want this one to... You know what? Oh, how many are going through? We'll come back to Raleigh actually, just to check that that's working nicely. And in Frome, we're going to go over to which state we're going to use. Platform 6. Yeah, there we go. Because it's over. It's nice. It's next to the pier. Very good. Lovely. And we're going to call this the Orpington Railway Company. There it goes. Orpington to Frome. And we're going to give this. They've got their company colours, which is the nice blue there. Very nice. Let's go to Raleigh and just check how many which terminals are busy and which ones are not. So number 1, number 2. They're both about as busy as the others. So you know what? We'll leave it as the kind of the through route as the for the expresses. Very nice. I'm happy with that. There we go. It's missing something though, which is trains to run the service. So let's do that. We're going to do just that, which is buy some trains. Let's stick it in there, nice dark blue. Add, lovely, and there we go. 30. That'll do. And how are we going to do it? We don't. It's not going to be. Surely, how many is that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Marvelous. And we'll get 2 of those. And we're going to call it the Orpington Railway Company. What are we going to call it? It's just sort of a. It's not really anything, is it? It's just sort of a boat train. It's sort of a boat train. Marvelous. That'll do. Cracking stuff. Let's now send those to the appropriate railway line. They're going to do their thing. There we are. So that is that. We've now got ourselves a little railway. A little extra bit of railway. So thanks to the Discord, that suggestion's a good one. Little connection. There's another Discord suggestion that I'm about to initiate as well. There's a big gap in railway provision down here between Droitwich Spa, Nottingley and Harrogate. And also Matlock as well has been very much ignored. Now, they have there's a petition for a new railway company to connect up these 3 towns with over to Shanklin. However, they've not been given the they've not been given the running rights on the Great Central, which basically is cost wise is just prohibitive. They can't build their own railway station in Shanklin. The land's too expensive. The extra length of railway line is too much. They can't afford the trains they need for the extra running of that extra service. So the compromise they've thought of is basically to build a junction station. So that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to build a junction station here in this kind of fairly empty bit of railway. Here, this is where they're going to build their junction railway. I'm going to take a sip of tea. What's been going on in the chat while I do this? What's everyone saying? There's some level of discussion. It's all moved so quickly. Right, here we are. So, also I can do a tick. So a tick here. Orpington Railway, single track line, tick, done. Excellent. Oh, very nice. It's going to be like that Irish station in the middle of nowhere. Well, junction stations, without necessarily being fed by. So here we are. We're going to just. So it's going to be built here, slap bang here. As you can see, that means fairly substantial missing stretch of station ground, but that's fine. So it's going to be a building. We need it to be 4 tracks, and it's going to be the other way. For now, anyway. So where are we? Let's see which is the that's it's going to be. How long is this? 160 meters. It's quite long, isn't it? But I'm at peace with that length. That'll do. It's going to go here. Going to link up the tracks so that it's fixed again. Yes, lovely. Oh, actually, no, because that's fine, except that this station needs expanding. Why does it need expanding? Because it is connecting to the Great Central, and they need through tracks, which means more of these. Oh, which also means stuff. I can. It's fine. rather than moving it, I'll just do this. Just kibosh the lot. That's fine. I can get away with not kiboshing the lot actually. Let's see how we're dealing with this. So let's there, and then some more tracks here. Lovely, 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 lovely. So there's our. That's it. Excellent. Which means we need platforms. Platform. 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 More platforms up here. Lovely, lovely. Except also, I'm gonna. It's on the junction station, so I'm going to just shorten this for now. How long are those? The thing is, the Great Central platforms are quite long, so maybe those are going to stay longer. There we go, and set up the get our passengers through. So where are we going to have this? It's going to be set up here. So I think there. Very nice. Good. Very good. Right, what's going on then? Similar to Trent. Yeah, so essentially we're going to have this is sort of broadly the design of the Great Central Stations. So they're two kind of, I suppose you could call them the avoiding lines, the through lines. Master Trams, we are in the middle of nowhere, fairly near Matlock is where we are at the moment, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. So this is only a little junction station, and so it's not going to have quite the scale. And it's also being built by a smaller railway company, so it does not have the scale. They can't afford the scale of station that that perhaps some of the other Great Central stations look like, because this isn't being built by the Great Central. The Great Central are willingly part funding it because they see it as another source of passengers, but they're not building the station to provide the same scale as you might have expected as some of the others in the urban areas, given that this is a station that is literally in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, so where are we? I've built that, provided... Oh gosh, don't want the... Marvellous. Put that little roof there. There's a connection, there's a nice single platform there. That'll do. Right, so, first of all, let's just going to... I should have smoothed that out really. Anyway, let's do that. No, none of that. Just to make sure I've got a nice smooth vertical alignment there, just in case people are wondering what the hell I'm doing. Likewise on the other side, and do the same thing. Yeah, well, I did do that, didn't I? I need to do this, and then do this, and then it'll move my train in the direction it needs to go. Lovely, thank you. And pop you there, and pop you. Pop you there. Now, how are we doing station-wise? Oh yeah, that's right. We need to get the throat involved as well, don't we? So, we want what speed? If we can have 50 mile an hour turnouts. There we are. It's nice. It's not bad. It's pretty fast. Cracking stuff. And that is that. We're gonna have. What do I want? Yeah, that's it. So let's shove the in and out signals in. So that's working nicely. It seems to be sat quite nicely between signalling sections as well. So that avoids the need for actual. Did it change? Did it actually change anything? I'm being asked. Possibly not. But I'm finicky and fiddling, so I like to be sure because it means I've got a definite, nice, smooth track alignment there, as you can see. So that's good. We do need to put in a. Actually, you know what? We don't need a crossover because we're not assuming there's going to be anything other than trains passing through here at speed. Next thing we need to do is. So we've got the express, the stopper. So just before we get to Shanklin Painter, we're going to add a station. It's going to be here. And then it's calling itself Harrogate. It's not Harrogate. Come on now. And likewise on the way back. There we go. The Three Cities Express isn't stopping here, so it's just relying on the stopping service to go through. This is going to be called. What's it going to be called? Matlock Junction. just to, you know, obviously there's Matlock, quite a distance away. There's Matlock Junction, so it's a bit of a meanly named station. Now, do I want to? I think that's fine. I think we're going to just have a single platform for now. Don't see it as expanding in that direction anytime soon. If they do, maybe they can. Again, they're being a bit more thrifty. They've got some. They don't have all the cash to spend. Little challenge mode is the fact this is, of course, coming straight off into a hill. Harrogate, yeah. Let's. Yes, they probably would have located the station further this way to avoid all these earthworks. Well, yeah, such is life. Let's do that. Oh, we also need to we do need to link this station to the road network, so we're going to do just that. Let's just put a bit of road there. Yeah, lovely. Marvellous. Let's do something like that, and something like this. That'll do. Should we follow the cutting? No, but what I'm going to do is smooth this out a bit. Yeah. And also maybe... Pass. There we go. And... just drop in. It sounds like someone's dropping gravel, doesn't it, with a paint tool? I don't know what it sounds like when you do, I don't know what it sounds like when you do grass. I never know, because I never do grass. Just fill that in there. Just to tidy this up a bit. There we go. Lovely. There. It's our junction station. Matlock Junction. Oh. So now we're going to blast this. Oh yeah, that's right. There was a bit of road in the way, wasn't there? That's where I was going. So I need to kibosh that. Very nice. The trouble is, this whole thing is in a cutting, which is rather expensive. It's fine though. Why is that saying downhill? No, come on now. Yeah, that's more like it. There we go. It's just me stacking it. Let's get a road on the go again. Just flatten that down there. That looks quite high, doesn't it? I don't know if it needs to be that high. There we go. Looks better. Is that now gonna... Just tidying up the roads, as you might have noticed. Just make those look, you know, vaguely passable. That's a thing. Let's do that. Better. And then also the same here. Just, you know, getting over there. And oh, right, we need to know where the station's going to be in Harrogate. Now, Harrogate's quite a big spot, you know, it's quite a big place. We're only going to need 2 tracks. We're only going to have a 120 metre station. We're going to go for 80 metres. No, let's go for 160 metres. It's a longer station. No, 120 metres. Who am I kidding? It's plenty. Now, where can we shove this thing in order that it is reasonably close to the centre of town? Could we get a new building in around here? We probably could, you know, just sort of shove it in like here. Perhaps. Yeah, the trouble is, you got to think about where it's disappearing off to next. Where is it going next? Oh golly. It's actually quite tricky to get it to squeeze through there. So kind of, perhaps it's going to snarl through here, which means that maybe it's going to be... maybe it'll do something like this. Is that going to work? Yeah, I think it might. Yep, that's nice. That's just shoving a curve. I know we just put a bridge in, which is actually precisely what we're going to have to do. Let's sever this, which will annoy some people. Yep, they're annoyed. I said they would be annoyed, didn't I? Fortify that'll do nicely. What we need to do now is build another one of these things. This newfangled road thing that they seem to love so much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, too far. There we go. How can I get it? If I can get it here, I think that'll do. I think that's. I mean, bridge building in this, it'd be nice if you could just select and it built you a neat, non-skewed over bridge. That would be really nice, but yeah. It's not happening, is it? That'll do. Let me just take this and that. Lovely, that'll do. And then I think if I knock that, put that straight and do that. That should work quite nicely. No, it hasn't worked nicely at all. It's a calamity. There you go. There's the road bridge doing its thing. This gives me a nice clear view to build our railway this way. Yeah, good. A little bit flatter actually. Need to have that doing something like that. Yeah. Oh, so close. I just put it down to surveyor error. That'll do me nicely. Now, if I continue this, this is where I'm going to put a nice bit too. If I put it, this side. And there we are. Nice turnout. Single track at that point, and through into the town. Then this is where the mess starts, isn't it? Really, how's this going to connect? How's this actually going to work? Can I get this to go through here? Yeah, so that needs to go. Can I get a bridge through? Yeah, you're gone. You're gone. So let's get the railway through first, and then see what we can put the road with the road around it. Yeah, and you're gone, mate. There we go. What's the chat? Will there ever be a line built as a joint line like the did on GC Joint? Isn't the Three Cities line going via the platforms, Gareth? No, it isn't. It's going to go straight through. Because the Three Cities line is just a... the Three Cities line is merely a... it's like an express service, so it's just connecting up the main centres. There we go, so that's doing that. Let's now see about connecting up this town again. Since I just bulldozed its only connection. Yeah, let's see what this is doing. No. Bit much. Not enough. and that might do. Now, can I get this to work? Oof, too much slope. It's tricky, isn't it? Where am I going to get this? Ah, you know what? I don't think it'll work there, but it might work. It might work if we build it. Can we build it off the end here and then basically run a stretch off? Or should we just do the connection here? No. Too steep. Okay. That's doable, but then it's too steep in the direction. So if I do like this. Now, will this work? Doesn't really look like there's also bridge construction in this game is a bit weird and a bit annoying. Oh, cheerio, fella. That's nice to see you. Nice to see you. To see you. Nice. Right. It's all right. That's a Bruce Forsyth reference. That's fine. Bruce Forsyth never got found out, so we're good. Jokes. Right. So let me just. I'm gonna just make this work no matter what happens. We're all tired of. Oh god, that's too high now. Ugh. You know what? Bridge building in this game is not ideal. I'm just gonna put it out there. It is not ideal. Oh, okay. So. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if I can do that. Or maybe have it as a... Yeah, okay. That's fine. Do that. Now, what can I do here? Ugh. Screws it up, man. Screws it up. How about building an angle so it's parallel with the roads? The trouble is... Oh god, what's that arch done? That's not how that works. Ah! The trouble is the skew... The trouble with the skew... I'm going to try it, actually. The trouble with the skew is that it... 1, 2, 3, 4. The skews don't work very nicely on this game either. It puts the piers parallel with the road and not with the... Eventually, this is the everyone's angry with me part of the stream, isn't it? Everyone's raging. This is also why I pause it, because otherwise, you know, it's just let's do that. Does that now work? Does that crazy archways, or is it okay? It's okay. I mean, there's a bit of weird stuff going on, but maybe we'll just do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'll do that. Yeah, there we go. That'll do me. We're over. We're in. Finally. Oof. And we're going to do the same thing here. There's that connection. One side of the town to the other. Oh, we got there in the end, folks. So, let's continue on our adventures of railway building. How about building... Yeah, anyway. Eurostar Lover 009. We got there in the end, didn't we? Now, where are we off to? We are going to... Actually, ever so slightly... Actually, no, we can keep going a bit further this direction. We do need to curve shortly. There we are. If I... Now... Just double check that I'm going the right direction. Yep, Nottingley, lovely. So we kind of want to be going... are we doing in terms of terrain? This is following this sort of terrain level here. So it is going to be... Oh gosh. If only I'd managed to get the skew right, we'd be alright, wouldn't we? Yes, I am indeed going through some woodlands. Oh, well, it's 1861. That none of them care. All these woodlands got chopped down in the First World War anyway, so don't get too attached to them. Let's see. We're going this way. We're doing it. Just going straight through. That's actually fine. Weirdly, that worked really quite nicely. Okay, great. Yeah, are we going to go for... Yeah, we'll just go for a little viaduct like that. That's quite nice. Keep that exactly as it is. That worked very nicely. Thank you, game. Sometimes the game works. Yeah, that's quite nice. I like that. We're now going to need to curve around and head this way to get to Nottingley. Oh, crikey, there's stuff going on here. Oh, of course there is, because there's a brickworks down here in Droitwich Spa. I forgot that. There's this brickworks here, the Butterley Brick Company. Goodness knows what it's up to, but there's an in-joke there somewhere. People are angry with me in the chat. Good. So, railway station. Let's build another railway station. This one is going to be another through platform station because we're heading to Droitwich, so we need it to be on this side. And how are we going to get over that road? In fact, how are we going to get over that railway? That's the kind of the next question. Are we going to make use of the existing corridor? I think we probably can. If we do that, maybe we should come in from the other side, so we're going to come through like that. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. But we need to go to this side. Let's build the road first, because I can never guess what size roads need to be. Straight line, please. Thank you. I'll have a straight line, please, Carol. And pop that in. Oh gosh, that'll do. And pop the railway in there. Grand. Boom. So now, if we continue this, so this is. I bet you're all wondering, what's this railway going to be called? What's it going to be called? Well, you have to wait and find out. That's going to go that way, that's going to go this way. These are two, they're just going to have level crossings because they're not major main roads. Well, except that one is, so that's going to obviously have to be a bridge. So perhaps this one is going to be... yeah, good stuff. Right, so we're back to Lincoln Bridge building again, aren't we? Let's shove. How are we going to do this one? Where are we going to put our road connection to get over here? Well, for starters, we can probably... yeah, let's demolish that, and let's demolish that, and that as well. And let's continue this one straight. Oh gosh, what did I press there? Okay, that'll do. We'll do that then, shall we? Or should we just pull this that and not? That is going to happen. There. Because we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. And down a bit. Now is that enough to see if I can be clever with this? Let's go from the middle to the middle. If I do that, I think this could work. No, that'll do. Thank you. Oh, now. Oh, why is it doing that silly thing? It's just awful. It's just absolutely awful. It doesn't work like that. Game. There we go. Let's just do that. That. That'll have to do. Boom. We're gonna now. Where's this gonna go? Well, let's continue this up for a bit, actually. Oof. Yeah. Put that up the hill. Lovely. Oh, it's too steep. It's too much like that. So, yeah, if I keep going, let's do that, and then this should then work. Now it's just a bit funky. Let's keep it going a little bit more, and then let's do this. Should now work. Oh, come on, there we go. Oh, golly. We got there in the end, folks. And this side should be a bit easier because I'll do that. Yeah, lovely. Trouble is that now looks naff if it doesn't. If I don't then use this approach on the other side. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. Bridge pier collision. Bridge pier collision. Ah, because it needs to have one pier. Oh, this game. This game. I'm heading towards some more trees. That is correct. Yes, I am. There we are. I'm doing this way. We're gonna have to live with it. It's not perfect, but it's all the game is letting me do. So. That'll do. Right, we've got over there. There's a connection. Our main road connection reinstated. There's the railway. Sat on its own, not doing very much. Well, this is Notting. This is Notting. Upper Nottingley. I mean, Upper Notting. This Nottingley. It's Nottingley Station. Come on now. Not. Yeah, Nottingley, and then what we calling this place? Lower Harrogate. Nope, this is just Harrogate. There. Let's continue our connection. So we can now curve around here. Let's just curve this round here. A nice long flat curve. Let's. Yeah, I think that'd be nice. Let's do that. Let's see. We're gonna. This is quite. There's so many nice scenic railways. This map is great, by the way. There's some really nice scenic railways. That it's kind of the random map generator that has enabled us to do. If you remember, this used the seed rail natter was the actual seed we used for it, which has seemed to work quite nicely. Grand, that'll do. 60-mile-an-hour curve, and there. Let's continue this straight this road times at 7 o'clock. And then grand. Right, so is that a busy connection? No, it's not really. We can leave that as a level crossing. Oh wait, did I say this was going to be a single track railway? I did, didn't I? Well, it's not. It's not a single track railway. I see what the issue is here. I kind of need this to be a bit higher up. What's the gradient like through here? It's gone down a bit, hasn't it? Right. Let's just do this again. And I'm going to do the straight line here and keep this level. Yeah, marvellous. And then the same again here. Hopefully this will now make it. Yeah, so if I now do this, does this work? Oh my god, it doesn't work. Has that worked? It kind of vaguely worked. I think that's vaguely the shape it needs to be. And let's do that to get, what's that, 14 now? There we go. 60 right the way through, very nice. Do. I think that's us making the magic happen. There's a railway doing its thing. It's not too bad, is it? Right. Where are we at now? Where are we heading to? We're heading to... yeah, what we're going to do is slant this out like this. Yes. Where is it? Where's the railway? Yeah. Terrain's climbing up a bit, but at any rate. So we're going to come across here, and let's go there. We're going to now flatten this down to here. And we just need, what's that, 40, 50. Oh, we could just do a little bit more of that. What I'm aiming to do is just curve around here and join up with about, what is it, about a 50 mile an hour, around about a 50 mile an hour curve. There we are, 50. The road is making things not happen. Let's demolish it so that I can not pay any attention to the road. That'll help me get a nice clean curve here. Lovely. 50 on that side and 50 all the way through ish. That'll do. 50-ish. And the same noise on this side. There we go. Very nice. Yeah, I'm going to connect on the road again, don't worry. There we go. Oh, this line has thus far costed a good 707 million. Yeah, good. How much is it? Yeah, well, yeah. That's I don't really care. In fact, I'm not trying to play the game. I don't like trying to play the economics of the game are broken. So trying to play within them doesn't make any sense. I'd rather make railways and deal with the challenges that real railways create, rather than the challenges of the game, which is playing the game's bizarre economics. We're not right. Let's pick our station location. So this is Droitwich Spa. It needs to be a terminal station because it's the end. So let's do so. It's not. Oh gosh. Pressed the wrong button there very much. What are we gonna have? We're gonna come in and what should we end up? I mean, it's just a there's the station's going nowhere, so it doesn't need to do anything fancy. Just needs to be. So should we position it here? Nice little station just on the corner here. That's quite nice, isn't it? You know, little pokey little thing. Thing is, this is actually the grand. This is sort of the grand terminus of this little railway. So, yeah, we'll leave it for now. If we want to expand it, we can, but let's not. Let's leave it as it is while I'm here, though. Just do some of that and do some of this. Nope. Yeah. Nice little public square where the station comes in. Upper Droitwich Spa. No. Droitwich Spa, come on now. Droitwich Spa, it puts in mind like a holiday destination, so maybe that's what this railway is going to be. Carry a lot of holiday makers travelling in. Oh, there's my straight bit. Good. Thing is, I actually kind of need the outside of the curve here, don't I? So let's do that. Yeah, and if I come in there, what's that? Can I get 40 in? Yeah, I can. I could probably be. Yeah, it'll only approach the station, so. There, using an existing railway corridor, very nice, but also not getting too busy with it. Right, let's also need to put a crossover in. Let's put a nice 40 mile an hour crossover in there, just so that allow the station to work operationally. What else? Oh, we need. So we've actually got. We are going to put a crossover. So we do have a station shed. Sorry, a carriage shed there. So let's make the most of it with a 40 mile crossover and another one here. Lovely. That gets people where they need to be. Very nice. And should we signal this thing up? Let's get the signalling on the go. Oh, we didn't put a passing loop on the other one, did we? Come back to it. Why only the one crossover in the station? Because if you've only got a small service, you only need one crossover to allow trains that pull into the one platform to get out and pull into the other platform. You could, like we could include another crossover if we ended up having 2 services, but at the moment there's just one, so they're not going to install the other crossover. They can come back to it later. That's the logic I'm following. As you know, everyone watching this, I don't follow much logic, because logic is what makes the game less fun to play in late stage, whereas this is going to be anarchy in late stage when we're playing, because there's so many railways intersecting everywhere. Now, how do these stations look? Are they kind of giving me the vibe I want? They've got a bit of, they've got a bit of a covering. What I'm going to do is just get rid of these 2. And likewise, let's get over here to this place. There's not much going on this station, is there? Crikey, it's a bit bleak. Let me just go in here and bulldoze. Which two? Which 2 am I going to do? These 2. Yeah. Oh, let's put in. Let's just. Oh, that's annoying. Why does it not let me do those 2? It's because of levels, isn't it? Yuck. Yuck. Well, in which case, let's do that. I think that looks a bit better. Although it does put the crossing in place. Let's do that there, and demolish the ones that are on this side. I can never quite. Nice, I never managed to do that. That was slicker than usual. Likewise, up at Harrogate. Let's shrink this one a little bit. Oh, crikey. It's not actually served by anything. Thanks for letting me know, chat. Can I do this without demolishing that massive building? Apparently, yeah, I can. Hooray! Can I do it without demolishing those buildings? No, I cannot. That's fine then. RIP. And let's just demolish these 2. We can expand it in the future, but for now, no. We're not doing that. So, there we go. That's not bad. There's a nice railway running through, whizzing along through here. It's a very fetching looking railway, actually. That's nice. Interacting with the freight there. That'll also look fun. Let's plonk in the station. Let's see what it's going to look like. New line. Going from Droitwich Spa through Nottingley, Harrogate, and up to Matlock Junction. And there we go. Very nice. And what we're going to call this? Well, we'll come back to that. Signalling. Save 1 building to draw another 2. Yeah, but it was a big building. Signalling. Yeah, very good point. Signalling. So we're going to obviously have a station approach signal there. It's already complaining. We're going to have that there. And we're going to have that there. There's one block. And another one there. Is it because it's put this? Yes, it is. Yeah, that's fine. 2, and that should solve the problem. Or have I screwed up my signaling somehow? What have I done already? Oh, I know why. It's fine. It's fine. It'll hopefully self-correct when I. Yep. Very nice. Let's put that in there. And Nottingley. Yeah. You're confused, man. You're confused. I'm going to go through 2. Yeah, good. And another. Let's put a couple of these in here. Yep. Signaling on this one's going to be more rough and ready because reasons. Yeah, lovely. And oh, it's going out that way, and then another one's going out that way. And I take it the same problem in Harrogate. Yeah. Come on now. It's us. We're fixed. And good. So we need to have a over there. No signal there because that'll just come in and go out. Lovely, and that's fine. It's doing exactly what it needs to do. Let's go down. What colour is what colour is this station going to be? Rather, what colour is this railway company going to be? What are we thinking? Also, let's decide on what the trains are going to look like. So, we're going to have. Actually, we're going to go up and do the passing loop elsewhere first. I'm also going to unpause that for a little while. Oh, it's very dramatic music. Click the little spanner, sometimes it figures it out. And complains about... does it? Really? That's a good tip. It's going to be fun watching me replace all the bridges. Oh, golly, yes. Right, there's a nice train coming through. What is it? October 24th. What's this? Mixed traffic. It's got some fuel and some... It's nice to see mixed traffic trains working. They never... Mixed goods services never seem to work very well in this game. But it's always pleasing when they do. Right, we're going to put ourselves a passing loop in. Oh, also, it actually just generally signal this line. Let's see. So we're going to have a little signal there, just to make sure that doesn't get in the way of other things. And likewise the other side, so we'll do the same thing. Oh, I've already done that, that's very nice. Where's our passing loop? Passing loop about in the middle. We're going to do it on this straight here. This is where our passing loop's going to be. November the 12th, look, we're rapidly approaching a pleasing time. So, the trains are going to come along, they're going to want to stay on this. Let me just have a think. 40 miles an hour. They're getting a nice, decent crossover. Decent turnout. Right, and then we just need to signal that up to make it work properly. One way, yes please. One there and one here. That deer crossing the railway. God, the animals just relentless, aren't they? Very slow motion deer. You remember that bear we nearly ran over last time? Crikey. Anyway. Everything's doing its thing. It's very nice. Very good. December the 9th, 1861. The 1860s. We're already cranking our way through the 1860s. It's quite something. So, we need to start this railway line. Let's do it. By vehicles. So, what are we going to make this train look like? Also, what colour are we going for? This railway line. Let's go for this sort of sicky yellow colour. Perfect. I like the look of that. Add. And add some of these as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll do. 8. And we want 2 of them. And we're going to buy them. And then we're going to call them... Oh, well, what are we going to call this railway? Let's name that railway. Firstly, let's make it the right colour. Which is this little colour here. And we're going to call it the Southern Railway. There we are. Very nice. In here we have 2 SR local passenger services. Right. Green was a better suggestion than beige. But let's see what's going on here. Glorious, lovely, marvellous. Let's name that station. Good. Sorry, I was just keeping an eye on the chat there. That's our local passenger. That's nice. And we're going to get these both to go over to the Southern Railway. Yeah, there we go. And this is going from what was this? This is Droitwich Spa. You know what? Let's just call it Southern Railway for now. It's only got one line for now. There we go. Let's see these little chuffs make their way out while I drink some more of this now pretty cold tea. Oh gosh, what's how long is this thing gonna have to wait? Oh, probably ages. Let's do a no here. Ooh, new things. Here we are. New rolling stock. Now, That's exciting for a variety of reasons, but here we are. What's this? Oh yeah, that's right. Well, this is all happening. It's all very exciting, but what we need to do in the meantime is I'm going to do some. Here we are. Let's go. We're going to go to the GCR. And we go to the various expresses because the GCR is supposedly a fast railway system. So we're going to go in here and make that happen. There we are. Let's edit these two. Currently we have these. Rather than like sending out a replacement, I'm just going to very, very lazily and I'm just going to do this. Bye-bye. And this. Bye-bye. And let's add our Borsig, likewise here, and what are we gonna, let's do, so how mediocre, how big can it get before it becomes poor? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, now we can just make a 10 car, 98 metres, 10 car, 98 metres. There we go. That's going to be the basis for all of our passenger trains. Here, this now has a speed, what speed does it do? It has a speed of up to, where does it say the speed? 28 miles an hour, crikey. This one has 25, so it's it's not that great to be honest. What's its tractive effort? 25 kilonewtons. Yeah, so it's a little bit quicker, not that much quicker. But anyway, we're doing it. We're modifying it. It's happened. Likewise for these ones too. Let's do the same thing. Anyone getting angry? Beige for Southern. Carefully get the rivet counters in a twist. Yeah, I know, right? I'm quite deliberately screwing with the history here because it's fun. There we go. How many do I want? I wanted what was it? 98 meters. Yeah, that's it. And likewise this one. Good. And this one as well. How many people are raging at this point? Is this people are raging? Basically, the Great Central has the cash. It has the cash to buy a load of new rolling stock, which is what it's obviously doing. 98, lovely, and add and 98. Good. What else have we got? Oh yeah, 36 Express. Let's just modify these ones as well. We are at least adding a little bit of variety onto our currently pretty homogeneous looking railway. 98 metres, and likewise here, 98 metres. Oh, modify. That's us. That's the GCR has updated its rolling stock. Where were we? Oh yeah, waiting for this train to come through, so this one can come out. I can probably walk over here just to shove it. I kind of want to have a look at these disgusting, sick coloured or puce coloured coaches. It's actually not too bad. It looks quite nice. Very confused why I aren't using the auto replace feature. Because Squickle hasn't. Probably because I only vaguely understand it. What is the auto replace function? Oh. Because I quite like old trains running around. That's why. It plays into my sense of, I don't know, the way I enjoy playing this game is imagining like this weird reality that it exists in. There, I'm quite pleased. That looks quite smart. That sicky yellow colour. It's quite good. Anyway, what other nonsense have I got? Right, so I've got my list. Shake this around. We have created the Orpington Railway Company. Tick. We have got new express trains for the GCR. Tick. See, I saw that one coming. We have constructed the Southern Railway to Roberts Spa. Yes, we have. Right. Let's head back north to what's going on here. So we've got. Could have just set up an instant replace instead of adding every car manually in edit. Yeah, but I don't know how to play computer games. Squickle hasn't. I'm dumb. I don't know how to play games very well. Anyway, there is quite a pleasing bit of railway. Very happy with that. Matlock Junction here with trains whizzing back and forth. What is this going to be an express one here? It's not. It's not. Have we got any expresses along this stretch? I don't think we do. I think they're all miles away. Yeah, they're all miles off. They're all at the other end of the railway line, probably. Let's see. Where are we? Let's go to the other end of the Great Central. What time is it? 1924. An hour and a half of streaming. Crikey. Nope, that's local service. That's a load of fuel. Ah, here we go. Here we go. It's a very... Oh no, that's not. It's... Is it? What is that? That does appear to be a... is it? Is that a... Is it? Looks kind of the same. Can't quite tell. I'm... Is there any parked up in here? Oh yeah, they look a bit different. Don't they normally have like a pointy end? Or the vehicle model's changed or something? Why are they looking a bit... Maybe? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, let's not worry too much. I'm going to lose my hair over it. Set up an instant replace instead of having... How do you do that? Oh, yeah. Before everyone rage quits. So if I go to... edit select vehicles... Oh, is it like a... Ah, who knows? You what? You mean like... Love the grand music for this little train. Yeah, I know, right? Look at these grudgy looking things. Very grand music for these trains. Not really doing very much. Hopefully this one's full of the good stuff. Or is it? No, it's not. This one's got one thing of crude oil in it. That's rubbish. Amazing. It's going to really an amazing consumption. One of one. Dear me. This industry is sort of slowly making its way into existence. So it's March 1862. That's Froome. That's no good to anyone. Let's head back to Lowestoft because we need to start making acquisitions. It's 1862. In order to set the stage for beginning to build the Great Northern, what other acquisitions can we make? Well, I don't know. What have we got? Should we start building first? Should we start constructing and changing the name? Replace button is the circular arrows. People are angry. Replace selected vehicles. 2 vehicles to replace. What is this functionality? 2 vehicles to be replaced. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's true. I have done that. I do use that occasionally. It's because I forgot that it existed. That's why. Because I'm dumb. So acquisitions. So let's just see what we can see here. So we've got the Brickworks company down here doing its thing. We've got the rally to the Lowestoft. Oh yeah, let's just build. Let's do the station reconstruction because that's the first thing you need to do. Or shall we start? No, what? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to start building. The last bit is it's because it's the really most tricky thing to do. We're going to connect up. So the railway we built has to do a few things. It has to, first of all, be as straight as possible southwards. So we're aiming for to kind of join Melksham, Ipswich, and I'm not sure what the connection will be on the Great Central, if indeed there will be one. We'll see. But in the meantime, we kind of need a straight line to do this, like that. And there is going to be a tunnel. Lovely, very nice. And it needs to have a station here that'll connect up with that. That looks good. Where's it going to go after that? Well, it needs to go down to Ipswich. So, So I need to kind of also think about the fact that it's got to connect up to coal or to steel. Then there'll be a branch that come into that take it to plastics. So that's fine. So steel there, plastics there. Also the branch to allow it to connect, taking them all up from down there up to here. Yeah, okay. Now, is that also, the question is that doing what I needed to do this direction in terms of how much space have we got on that side of the industry? Enough for 4? I think probably enough for 4. Is this enough for me to actually join up with the railway? I think it is. Which means go. There we are, the first bit of the Great Northern Railway has been constructed. That's exciting. And we're going to plough this through here. Boom, 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 boom. That's nice. Very nice. As I say, railways. Series of connected straights and curves. And the straights are long. I'm also thinking they're going to build this as 4-track. Might as well get this right first. Oh, you know what's awful with the tunnels on this when you do 4-track? Watch this. Watch the tunnel portal when I go through it. Why have you done that? Tunnels don't look like that. Yeah, look at that. Why have you forsaken us? Oh crikey, it's a very grand looking tunnel portal, isn't it? It's got like a bit of a That's quite the aesthetic. Anyway, let's slam these on here as well. Yeah, good. Marvellous. And likewise. Good. So my plan is not necessarily to finish the Great Northern tonight, because also it's late. NY Chicago airline vibes. Yeah, a little bit. So I need to work out where that station's going to go here, and then where it's going to disappear off in this direction as well, because we need to get down to... Oh, let me just get rid of that. We need to get down to here. Essentially, we need as straight a line as possible to get to where we need to go. So I'm going to build some of the straight lines and then worry about what we're building into later. So there's some construction going on there. Yeah, that's a very good point, Michael C. Maybe that's what we should do, actually. Maybe that's exactly what we should do. Yeah, in fact, that's exactly what we're going to do. Very nice. And... oof, there we go. I'm now happier with how the station, the tunnels look. They now look like real tunnels. Hooray! Oh, also just a radical alteration in the tunnel portal aesthetic. That's probably fine as well. How am I going to tidy this up? What am I going to... I'm thinking... yeah. What's this going to look like in terms of reverse curvature? Am I going to be unhappy with it? I'm actually at peace with that. Let's do... yeah, that'll do. It's not going to be equal on the other side, though. That is going to annoy me, but needs must. So, that was fine. Let's do this. That. And make this sort of thing happen. Oh, that's... there we go. I'm pleased with that. That'll do. I'm not worrying about what the... oh, see above. Yes, it'd be more realistic making 2 boards for 4 tracks, especially that shallow rock on top. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. So that's what I've done. And I haven't worked out whether I'm going to have 2 pairs of... a pair of fast and a pair of slows, or if I'm going to have it, you know, Midland mainline style, or if I'm going to do it sort of more East Coast mainline style, where you have the fast lines in the middle, or as our Great Central does over there. Flanking slows with the 2 fasts on the outside. Shelling out the big bucks for the quad track tunnel. Oz years. Let's have a look at this station. No, you know what? Stuff it. We're not going to look at the station. We're going to continue building straight track elsewhere. So the next... so I've already looked into this, actually. So down, we're going to connect up with the other bit down here, which is... there's going to be a short, straight bit of track. And it's going to be down here. Let's just get that right. Yeah. So this is... what's this line doing at the moment? It's just a little branch line that connects to... but down here is going to be the is going to be our 4-track railway next to it. I don't know, right? Extravagant. Which makes this a 5... there's going to be 5 bits of railway track. Just basically for the sake of using an existing railway corridor. However, I am going to split it by 1 width, which often happened actually. There's a really good example of this on the old railway alignment. If you go on NLS Maps, the NLS Maps website, if you go to and have a look at the railway coming, which is the best section for it? The bit of railway coming north out of Tavistock, down in Devon. You can see there's a huge wide railway, and it's both the Southern Railway and the Great Western doing their own separate thing in terms of building rail infrastructure. You know, 2 separate kind of rights of way. This is where it gets tricky. How am I going to get 4 tracks through here? That's now going towards Rugeley, but I kind of don't want it to... these industries are deeply annoying, yes. Jimmy, you're right. This is a main line that's designed... actually, this is... ironically, for what this is going to end up being called, this is more like the way the Great Central was built, which is as a fast freight line that happened to also be good for fast passenger services. Let's just, if I can, I just stretch that out as far as I can that way. There, that'll do. But this is going to be designed for higher speeds, yeah. Just going to make sure I've got this doing its thing, because I need to get that right. Lovely. I'm actually going to manage to get it. Let's see how this works. Oh, it worked. It worked. Everyone, it worked. I did it, Mom. There we go. Little tightening of the 10 foot there, but no one's complaining. So, that's fine in the other direction. I'm going to keep it going in this direction to see what we intersect, see what we come up against. Let's see, shall we? For starters, this railway. What is this railway? What is it? Don't know what it is. It is... oh, it's the... yeah, it's a form of freight. It's a freight line and it's got passenger services running up to the KMBR. So, let's go up. And... can we do that? Is that going to work? Is it going to work? Yeah, I think so. Let's see. The trouble is, it's quite askew, this. If I do this, it's going to be horrible. Probably. Yes, the answer is yes. It's going to be absolutely horrifying. Why would you do this? Okay, let's just chop a bit off here. Straight line, thank you. And up a bit. Yes, straight line. Oh, that'll do. That'll do the job nicely. Also a bit of space for it to get wider than there. That is going to do us pleasingly. Let's see how this looks once I've... there we go. So far so good. Oh god, why does it do this? What, oh god, whoever coded... If whoever's watching this, whoever's coded up the bridge intelligence, oh golly, the algorithm for which you decide what type of bridge it becomes is bad. It's bad, people. Let me just see now if I can do that and that, and also this and this and this. Let's see, good grief, see if that then allows me to do this sort of thing. No, that's not going to work. Thank you. Bridges, as previously discussed, they don't work like this. They don't look like this. They do not work like this. There we go. Probably one of the few good bits of engineering Brunel did was was Maidenhead flat arch, and it does not. That's not how that looks. It's not. No. In any case, needs must. So how are we going to get this back down to earth again? Let's break it. Let's break the game. And let's go this way. God, the music. How's the music doing for everyone? Is it sufficiently intense? There we are. That is broadly doing what I wanted to do, I think. Yeah, good. Are we having a station in Stamford, you might ask? There isn't a plan to do so. Let's have a think. Is it worth having a station in Stamford? What does it connect up to? I mean, it could be, I suppose. You could have a station. Should we? What do you think? Should we have how steep a curved one? Yeah, let's. If we are going to have a station in Stamford, we'll. I'm building it. Sorry, folks. We'll. The plan is to just be fast, uninterrupted. Oh yeah, that's because let's face it, that doesn't need to be there. Let's just get rid of it entirely. What's the chat going on? I believe angled bridge pillars are in the works or will be soon. Hooray! That'll be good. I never checked the change logs or the patch notes for this game. Are they? Any plan? This might be too forward thinking, but fast, slow, slow, fast lets you have one island platform for both directions of local service. That's Besquicklehausen, you're very much an urban. That's such a clever metro service style of thinking. Because it is a good idea. However, in this instance, when we're going to have things peeling off and on, potentially from both sides, it kind of depends where the industry ends up being, but I'm thinking I'm going to have 2 fasts and 2 slows, 2 flanking slows on either side at this point, which will make station design a bit more interesting and fruity. Just clever enough for NYC not to bother with any of it, Si. Oh golly, yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. The pain that. Oh God, we could just go off. I could go off on one, but I'm not a good enough gamer to think about detailed planning and also play a computer game at the same time. Those houses are gone. They're gone, folks. Build that and build that. I'm not intending this to, so it might be that we come back and decide, oh, this needs a station. Stamford needs a station. Come on now. But for now, look at that. Look at that thick corridor of railway slamming through here. It's quite something. The other challenge mode is that we need to go over the other side of this, which means that all of what I just built probably needs to get demolished because it's just going to come to stay in a straight line above it. Don't pay attention to too much. Just add it. It's fine. We'll fix this in the edit. There's never an edit. I'm going to come through it at height. I'm going to come through at height and then skip over this bit of railway again on the other side. Don't judge me, but that's what I'm going to do. Yes. Smashy, smashy. Whoa. Sorry about that noise, everyone. Let's do this. Too much. That'd give you too much slope, can't you? Rotter. There. Now, is this going to be viaduct right the way through, or am I going to do some earthwork? Possibly viaduct, you know. Big old grand looking viaduct. But with these bits as earthwork. Yeah, so I'm going to do that and then do that. There we go. That's my plan. There we go. Very nice. Yeah. Have I broken this side? No, it's still a proper bridge. Hooray! Now, is this going to work if I do this way? Well, it is if we ignore the cache. If only we could do viaduct stations in this game. I know, right? It's a serious annoyance that you kind of have to end up with like a bit of a bodge to get a decent elevated station. There we go. Excellent. Tick, tick, tick. And nice viaduct there. We might end up with a station being built here, but for now they're bypassing it. Now, how are we going to come into that? Richmond is going to be a nightmare to get through. Let's face it. There's a station down here, isn't there? Yeah, there's the station. Little Richmond station here. It's pretty busy. Good grief. Everyone wants to go to... Where do they want to go? No, everyone wants to go to Bridport. Must be the place to be. Now, we could sneak along and follow this existing railway corridor along. That could be an option. But who knows? We're going to come to that later when we start building later on. I think... there we are. Let's just do some of... Yeah, we'll just do that for now, so we can... I'm not going to leave that viaduct stood on its own. The railway's being built so far. You know, this is it's not being finished this year, but they've started constructing the sort of the, well, I say the easy bits. Some pretty hefty civil engineering. This is going to, getting around Richmond is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. And then curving around to get into Bradshaw. So again, we've got some existing railway corridor that we could use, but maybe we'll be above it because we need to get around Richmond. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how we deal with that. Actually, I don't know. I haven't even worked it out yet. As for where we're going this side, what time is it? 1944. As for where we go this side, this is going to be another reverse, I think, and we'll end up passing. I think we'll end up passing under the GCR. Under the GCR, and where are we going to go? Then probably this side, to then tie up with some form of straight. Now, do we want to plant this straight line? I think we might well do. Ipswich So we need a straight line going from... Where are we? So it's going to come around. And we need a straight line sort of connecting through... Yeah, so it's going to be like... yeah. Let's see. So if I do this... It's quite distant from Ipswich Station. Can I delete that little bit of... Yeah, I can. Good, that's gone. Let's have a think. Now, why is that construction not possible? What if I kiboshed? Ooh, that junction. Okay. Okay, let's do this then. Go through that station on that side. I think that might be there. How's that looking? That's alright actually. I think I might well have just done it. Well, let's see. Richmond has a nice broad reverse curve way around. Ooh, let me go and have a look at that. Let me just tick this because I think that that is probably our line we're going to take. Now the key question before is that wide enough for 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. Okay, next question. Is this... Can I do this? Yes. So far so good, so far so good, so far so good. You know what's going to happen, don't you, everyone? Oh, that's fine, because actually... we're going to be curving off anyway. Besquicklehausen. Let's go and have a look at your reverse curve idea. Let's just do that. Oh, crikey, this left somewhat of a deforested patch. We'll come back there. Let's go back to Richmond. Richmond. So, yeah, so you're going to cross this as a skew and then... so is it this alignment you're sort of thinking of, like that? That's kind of what I'm visualising, right? Stations can have direct platform access via steps in the station alterations menu, if you didn't already know. Yes. Wait a minute. Direct platform access via steps in the station alterations menu, if you didn't already know. Yes. Packham does not improve the deforested spot. I know, right? So this is the alignment we're thinking. This is what Besquicklehausen and I are both spotting. This is the blank patch, because also it comes in neatly with this existing straight track, because that's probably where the railway is going to end up getting put, is on this existing railway corridor. Even if it doesn't use the existing infrastructure, drops you right down on arriving to the station after Richmond too. After Richmond. Oh yeah, you're referring to this kind of bit here to kind of come into it. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. So there's quite a lot of construction going on. Our bit of railway, see, it's growing. Bits of railway growing. Let's put all this track in as required. So that's going in here. Happy days. It's a big bit of it. It's a big bit of railway infrastructure, you know. Deep pockets. I sort of said he wasn't going to build the whole thing segregated from the start, and he'd have to make use of existing infrastructure. Well, it turns out he's making more money off his bricks than he thought. Let's do that. Lovely. And just don't do that. Don't want you to do that. There we go. And just bring all of you to a neat. Oh, what are you doing? This one's drunk. It's got drunk. Is autosave on by any chance? No, what's that? What's it doing that for? What are you doing? Is this separated? Has it become lost? Oh, there we go. It was just drunk. We're good. Now it's going to cut through this bit of terrain and then have to join up with... So it's coming around here. That's also going to be fun, getting through this. But I can see them diverting the existing railway to go over the top. Over the top, through underneath the GCR and along here. Nice. Bricks are a very profitable business. It's very true. He's eyeing a large increase in demand in Bradshaw. Yes, he is. He's seeing his big cash. He's going to ship bricks to Bradshaw like there's no tomorrow. We are going to connect up this end because I kind of do want to kick off some of the local services up top, particularly the steel. sorry, the goods delivery, because we need to start. Lowestoft needs to start growing. He needs to get his big construction to connect to Bradshaw. Bradshaw is the goal, but he, in the meantime, is looking for an early buck to. He's basically looking to set up the industry to feed Lowestoft to start building some cash. That's the plan. It's not an unreasonable one. Now, if I let's just see, so let's do. I don't want it to be too ridiculous. There we go. That'll do. That's my angle. It's my favourite track from the soundtrack is playing right now. It's very, very grand. It's intense. Let's go straight line here. I didn't look at all at the vertical line for that bit of curve. I hope it's not mental. Right, here we are. And yeah, so that is. Trouble is a lot there. Let's do it to there. Yeah, and that, and also this, and possibly some of the Excellent, marvellous. Thank you so much, game. And yeah. Now, can I? Is this? This is the inside, isn't this the outside? Okay. Just shut that here. Why is it being weird? It doesn't like these long. It doesn't like the long straight sections that I'm weaving in. I'll have to save us on, which is going to confuse everyone. Is that enough? Oh, let's wait for the autosave to load. It is so good, Besquicklehausen, you're right. The soundtrack is sensational. 72, it's a little short on that leg. That's doable, because I think if I... Let's just do a little bit of that. I'm going to do there from there onto here. That's kind of what I want there. So if I do that, is that going to give me... That's too shallow. I just don't want to end up with a ruddy compound curve, that's the problem, which is inevitably what's going to happen here, isn't it? Yeah, that's too flat on the other leg. I'll always know, I'll always be able to sense it. I'll always be able to sense it. It's happening though. We're going to have some compound curves to tidy up at some point in game. And there we are. And likewise on here. Nope. There we are. These stations that we're going to... You know, I'm not putting any stations in because I'm going to have to come back and build the stations after the track's gone in because I'm dumb. There we go. That's curving through. That's quite nice. Bit of alignment there, through there, coming into Lowestoft. Oh, crikey. There we go. So, that is... it's getting there. There's obviously going to be a bit of junction remodeling here, which I think we will... we're going to finish this line off next time. I'm not going to finish it yet. But you can see some things have happened. I might do a little bit of... I might do the freight connections off stream. What's a compound curve? Very good question, TJVR. A compound curve is a curve with multiple different track radii within it. So, for example, you might have a... Like a... No, you can't just do curves, can you? You might have a section of, like, say, that gives you a speed of... Well, it's not really speed, it's track radii. So you might have a section that's, say, 800 metre radius, then a section that's 1200 metre radius. So if you've got multiple short sections... yeah, lovely bit of high-speed railway for a Borsig to enjoy at 40 kilometres an hour. It's very true, isn't it? It's but the thing is that if you look at the existing railway alignments, the railway alignments of, say, the Northeastern Railway connecting, I don't know, York, me home, connecting York up to Newcastle, lots of that is now good for 125, or as TransPennine Express found out recently, 148 miles an hour. They're whoopsie-doopsie they did. So yeah, despite the fact that trains were going at 20 miles an hour and blowing people's minds at the time, they were built very nice and straight. So, London to Birmingham is a bit weavy, but trains run on that 125 miles an hour without too much of a headache. So, yeah, I don't mind the fact that I'm building it substantially more slack than might be necessary, given the trains that are available at the time. It built in redundancy in terms of the trains not what kind of they did not curve as neatly as trains now do nowadays. So you wanted things to be as flat as possible. Also, building them was a lot easier. straight and level was sort of always the way to build it when you could. Yeah, exactly, and it's it's always true. People, a railway, the best railway is a straight one because it's curves require braking, curves require they create more wear, so they require more maintenance, new rails, blah blah blah. And also, certainly in parts of the US, curves also are a bit more of a planning nightmare, where all of your kind of land ownership is in straight lines, so you want to minimise those. Curves make the legal thing a bit more tricky when you compulsory purchase. Right, so, or not compulsory purchase, rather land sale, depending on who the railway. Railways in America were interesting. The railways in America were built in the same way that the Metropolitan Railway was in London, in that they bought tracts of land and then built a railway and then sold it back based on, paying for the railway based on the uplift in the value. Besquicklehausen, is that broadly correct? I think it is. Wasn't the Intercity 225 tested on the straight sections of the East Coast Main Line at 140 miles an hour in the mid-1980s? Yeah, it was. HST was also tested on Stoke Bank and Hest Bank on the East Coast Main Line. It's a bit of a downhill, that's why. Anyway, right. I'm quite tired, actually, after all that. What time is it? 19:55. This has been a 2-hour stream. Kind of didn't plan that, actually, but okay, cool. Yeah, that's a very good point. Besquicklehausen highlights the uninhabited land, as in people who were not white lived there, and therefore it doesn't count. Thank you, railroads, for being part of a horrendously racist institution. I think the next Franklin episode is going to touch on that. That'll be fun. Yes, so we've got station remodeling. There's a nice, you can see the station. There's a new station building that's been built here, but there are no tracks heading into it. So that'll need to be expanded upon. We'll pick that up in the next episode, I think. But for now, it's March 1862, and yes, I think so we're going to leave you with Lowestoft here, the city or the town that's going to grow. It really is going to grow. I think this is the place where a lot of stuff's going to happen in the next episode, which might go out on Friday if I'm feeling like I've got, depending on what when Dean is doing extracurricular activities. It's a nice little steamship here. That's nice, isn't it? It's orange because it was originally owned by the Morecambe Steamship Company, but it's got bought out by bought out by the Great Northern Company. God, the Great Northern Company, their grand aspirations. Anyway, right. After all that, crikey Mikey. Thanks everyone. That was fun. Oh, yeah, it does look like the solitary Curzon Street building in the centre of the construction site. That is definitely what it evoked for me. I'm going to be working out how to make see if I can break the game sufficiently to have both terminal through platforms and terminal platforms in the other direction as well, with Lowestoft under construction station. So we'll see how that goes. It might be that I need to have 2 stations, but anyway, we'll see. In the meantime, this was fun. We've talked a bit about the power struggles, but we're going to see how those manifest, particularly next episode. Kind of see how those manifest themselves, and yeah, so we'll have to sort of see what's going on. Some of this I might do off stream before the next one, probably the freight connections, because they're a bit fiddly and less exciting. Yeah, in the meantime, cheerio. We'll get the old OBS up. I'm going to give you a big face wave. Thanks everyone, cheerio. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this cold tea and maybe have a muffin. I've not been feeling very good today, and I will see you all next time. Bye, cheerio.